I told you before, but sure I might as well be idle. He won't listen. He won't do what he's told. He's up there now, and the Pope's Mass wouldn't get him down.
I told you it's all your fault, as usual.
My fault? How would it be my fault?
You bought it for him, that flaming telescope. All he wants to do now is stargazing. He has a crick in his neck and a watery eye from that joke, and you gave it to him.
So I'm always to blame, and me only trying to help. He wouldn't hurl, and he gave up the tennis. Wouldn't mind, but us Hacketts were always a very sporty crowd, you know. But not him. No. The only balls he seems to be interested in are the chicken balls you get around the corner in the Jade Palace. As for running and jumping, that's what he expects me to do any time I ask him to give me a help around the place. But look, I had to do something. You didn't want to turn into the drink, did you? Or worse, the drugs. But wasn't it a sad day when I had to turn all of that turf by myself because he was doing his celestial studies. Celestial studies make backside, dragging their leg more like. Now, I'm going to make 2 halves of that bloody telescope before long. You wait and see.
What's in his head at all? What are we going to do? All the young ones and young lads have their grand summer jobs, working in Haslam's or Dooley's or filling petrol up in Loughnans. But our lad, he's afraid he'd miss a star stuck in the sky over Clon.
Oh, well, if it's stuck over Clon, it surely lost its way. Look, I know what I should do, but I can't. I should give him a good clip around the ear like my old fella done with me, but sure, I suppose that'll be out of order as well. In my day...
In your day! In your day! Good God, I'm demented with the whole lot of you. Do you want him to turn out as big a fool as yourself? If the camcorder was big enough, I'd have sailed out of here years ago and left you to your squabbling.
Well,
but knowing me, I'd be shipwrecked before I'd get as far as the Angler's Rest.
You'd be dependent on me to let in and save you. I've enough troubles of my own. I never thought I'd see the day that the Hacketts would be the laughing stock of Birr. Will you come down out of that, you young pup, you?
I'm up above the street so high, my eyes are pointed at the sky, my heart suspended in midair, my mind so free that I don't care, and from my rooftop perch I see them crawl to church to bend their knees and pray to gods they do not know, and talk of love will never show. I see their tiny dinky cars, I see their little shops and bars, the street lamp cools of yellow light like golden blossoms in the night. My friends, they think I can't be sane, that I should join them in their games. My parents talk about their plans, but they will never understand. It's just my telescope and me, we search the sky's eternity. We seek out distant galaxies and dream of starry mysteries, from the silver shadows on the moon to the icy rings around Neptune, to the twinkling of the Milky Way, to the evening sun's last golden ray. And from my place above this town, they call at me to come right down, but I just know they'll never see the boy that they want me to be. So I'm staying on my rooftop high, and I wait to the stars as they go by. I don't feel worried and I don't feel fear, I just feel the love of the stratosphere. For the universe is beautiful, and the lives we live are oh so dull. They struggle to find harmony in the days that we live normally, but there's nothing here to trouble me. It's the only time when I feel free. I see my dreams and I feel such hope when I look through my telescope.
at singing he is. Joey, this is the last time. Your dinner's poured out.
Hey, Joey, when you come down out of that, love, your dinner's on the table.
I told you before, but I might as well be idle. He won't listen. He won't do what he's told. Christ, he's becoming a complete delinquent.
I told you it was all your fault. If you spent more time with him than below and Liam Hogan's, throwing darts with your beer-bellied friends, you'd be better off. And he'd be better off as well. You bought him that joke to keep him out of your hair.
Spending time with him, sure he wouldn't say 2 words to you. All he does is mutter and grunt. I said, I can't be going around holding him by the hand. He's 16 years old.
What are we going to do with him at all?
Okay. What's all the fuss about? Anybody would think it was 1847 and we're in the middle of the family game.
Nothing more talk of 1847. You wouldn't be half as smart if you were alive back then.
If I were alive back then, I'd be the Right Honourable Mr. Justice McHaggart Esquire, Chief Astronomer to his equal honour, the Right Honourable 3rd Earl of Ross.
What are you on about? You're Joey Hackett from Pound Street, Birr, and if you don't want a right royal kick in the arse, you'll sit down there and eat your dinner. Oh, you have the whole place disrupted with that bloody telescope. It's time you got your feet back on the ground and started acting normal.
It'd be more in your line to do your lessons and not have the teachers above in the community school complaining about you not doing your studies.
Oh, let them complain. I've more important things to be doing.
What important things?
You just don't understand, do you? Once this town had the most powerful telescope in the world. It could see farther and clearer than any other. It was made right here, just over that wall. People came from all over the world to look through it and study the skies. New stars were discovered and beautiful whirlpool galaxies that no one had ever seen before. Do you realise that the 3rd Earl built a telescope that was the biggest in the world for nearly 100 years? And right here in Birr, the 4th Earl managed to measure the heat of the moon.
The heat of the moon? Is that so? God, but it was a complete waste of time, so.
What was?
Me out in Derlock, bog, foot and turf all summer long. Sure, all I had to do was leave the windows open and let the moon heat the house.
Oh, very funny. Give over.
Ah, Joey. What? The stars won't put food on the table. And I never heard of anyone finding anything at the end of a rainbow. It'd be more in your line to keep your feet on the ground and not be worried about that old telescope. People are beginning to talk.
Talk? About what?
About you not going down to the field to hurl with your friends for a start. When I was your age, I was down St. Brendan's Park every evening and I couldn't get enough of it. No wonder Birr hurling's in the state it is. Young lads like you scratching your arses, watching the television and wearing out the tops of your fingers, pressing buttons on your mobile phones. It's a solid disgrace, so it is.
And you didn't even go to the disco in the rugby club with the crowd last weekend either. If you keep this up, Joey, you won't have a friend in the world. I don't know why that young Kelly girl bothers with you at all.
Leave her out of it. Oh, she's none of your business. You think you're right about everything, and it's all about what the neighbours might say. You just don't understand. I wish you all dry up. I'm going back on the roof.
Back on the roof! Back on the roof! You might as well put a bed up there. That's where you're always going. Jesus, Mary and Holy St. Joseph. What is going to become of him at all? Oh, I should have known back then.
Back when?
The very first day he started in the school in Moore Park Street. He whinged a bit on the way down. Then when he got to the big iron gates, he just dried up his tears, straightened his little back, and walked straight through the madness of the playground, without even a single look around to see if I was still there. All the other young lads were clinging to their mammies like little limpets. I suppose I knew even then he was gone from me. Still, he's my boy.
From the
ambitious, if his life's to be auspicious, he must open up his starstruck eyes and think of his career. Does he think the world will owe him and the stars above will show him? Can't he see that he must get involved in his own destiny? So the sun shines on his shoulder, and each day as he gets older, he never thinks he'll ever need the lives that others lead. So the sun shines on his shoulder, and each day as he grows older, he never thinks he'll ever need the lives that others lead.
Where's Joey? Ah, Trudy, love. Where's Joey? Oh, I'll give you one guess. Up in his room, looking at the stars. His father and myself were just saying he's addicted to that old telescope and looking at the stars.
But it's the middle of the day now. There are no stars out. Everyone is down at the cafe and I want him to come with me. What's the point in having a boyfriend if you don't go anywhere with him?
Why don't you go up and see will he come down with you?
I've been hoping that would happen for weeks now, but it seems to be worse he's getting by the day. It's like an obsession.
I don't know, Trudy. He won't listen to a word we say. Maybe you can get through to him, but you know what? I wouldn't blame you if you just walked away.
Okay, I'll try, but I'm not promising anything.
Well, of all the people that he might listen to, you're about the only one. His father drives him mad, and he drives his father mad. If something doesn't happen to change things around here soon, I swear to God, I'll end up in Portlaoise myself with the pair of them.
Like I said, I'm not promising anything, but I suppose there's no harm in talking to him.
Look, just do your best, Trudy. There's a good girl.
Well,
Oh, hi Trudy. It's nice to see you, but I can't talk to you right now. I'm busy, see?
busy doing what? You're always stuck up here with that stupid telescope, while the world is passing you by.
It's not a stupid telescope. It's a computer-enhanced wide-field refractor telescope with 350mm focal length and 50mm lens diameter, and lets me see far into space. Did you know that the third Earl couldn't see half as far with his telescope as I can see with this?
Yeah, right. Spare me the technical details. I bet the third Earl, or whoever he was, had a life. He wasn't stuck up on a roof every minute of his free time, getting bleary-eyed, while his friends did normal things, and his girlfriend might as well have been on her own the whole time.
He didn't have a girlfriend. He had a wife, and that's why he could do it. She was rich, because her family had one coal mines in England.
Well, sorry so, that I'm not rich enough to further your studies.
Ah, Trudy, don't be like that. It's bad enough having mum and dad in my case, without you getting a boot in as well.
Look, Joey, it's just I'm getting very tired playing second fiddle to a bloody telescope. I mean, who cares about what little Lord Fontenay saw through the end of a tube? He's long gone, and if you ask me, there wasn't much to do around Birr at that time anyway. The same stars are still up there and will be for a long while more, I'd say.
Listen, Trudy, there's more to it than that. I mean...
You mean what, Joey? That I'm not interesting enough now, and that you haven't got time for me, and that all the nice things you used to say to me were just that, nice things, and they never really meant anything at all. And in the end, you have more time for your telescope more than you do me.
That's not true, Trudy, and you know it. You just want to be hard on me because Mum and Dad told you to. Be honest.
I am honest. And yes, your mother and father did speak to me, but that's just because they're tired and frustrated, and so am I. Can't you see? Can't you see that miss you. Don't you see that I care? Will it always be this way? Me right here and you there. Will you ever be different? Can our thoughts be the same? I just want us to share dreams and maybe one day share a name. For Joey, I love you. You mean so much to me. You give me every reason to be happy and hopeful and free. For the world goes on turning without us, and the stars hold their place in the sky, and the moon shines its yellow light always, and it never stops once to ask why. We must love with the hearts we've been given. We must share with the ones who are near. And if we turn our back and ignore them, they'll never know that we care. So take the love that we give you. Don't look to the skies above. There's nothing up there that will matter. Down here you are covered in love. For Joey, I love you. You mean so much to me. You give me every reason to be happy and hopeful and free. For the world goes on turning without us, and the stars hold their place in the sky, and the moon shines its yellow light always, and it never stops once to ask why. And the moon shines its yellow light always, and it never stops once to ask why.
Listen, Trudy, I know you're upset, and Mum and Dad are up the wall, but it isn't about me just looking at the sky the whole time. You see, there's more to it than that. See, what I've been trying to tell you is, I've got this thing going on lately, and it kind of has me worried.
Well, you're not the only one who's worried, I can tell you that. People are beginning to talk. They're even calling you Joey Telescope. Your mother and father are out of their minds with worry. All the gang think you're losing it. Even I'm beginning to think you should get a grip.
No, Trudy, you don't understand. I'm serious. Funny things have been going on up here, and I'm nervous about talking about them.
Funny things? What funny things?
Promise you won't laugh, or worse, tell anyone.
How the hell can I tell anyone when I don't know what in God's name we're talking about in the first place?
Okay, it's just that sometimes I know things before they're going to happen.
Jesus, Joey. Next minute you'll be giving out tomorrow night's lotto numbers. Come back, Madam Lee, and look into your crystal ball stuff. You should set up your own stall for Vintage Week. Oh my God. Joey, you need help. Have you thought about getting an appointment with Darrow O'Hare? Please, Joey. Don't tell me you're that weird. Come on.
But it's true. You see, I've got a lot of friends out there.
Out where, for God's sake?
Out there!
You're not talking about space. I mean, little green men and all that. That's all science fiction crap. It's not real. This is real. Your mother and your father and the community school and your friends and the shops and the people. That's real.
Please, Trudy, just listen to me. I've got to tell someone. You see, I see things in my telescope, and I meet people.
So do I meet people. But they're for real. Not some psycho-raving figments of your imagination.
Please, Trudy, just listen. It's all in my telescope. I've met many famous people. People I've only heard or seen about, on old newsreels or films.
Like who?
Well, like famous politicians and leaders and heroes from history, musicians, poets and singers, and ordinary people. Shakespeare, Michelangelo, Joan of Arc, Galileo, Nelson Mandela, and loads of just ordinary people who lived and died before us.
And where the hell are they supposed to be now, Joey?
Out there! They haven't really left us. They're still here, it's just that nobody sees them anymore because everybody's too busy looking at the ground.
Except you! Yeah, and I bet they can't stop talking about how much the price of everything has gone up since they died, and how happy they are to be dead. Oh, come on, Joey. This is crazy and you know it.
Okay, just watch. Sometimes they talk to me, and sometimes, if I'm really tuned in, they'll even perform for me. Especially the ones who are used to us when they were alive and aren't shy.
Like who?
Well, like Joe Dolan.
Joe Dolan?
Watch. Just watch down here. Come in, Joe! Come in, Joe!
When God created a woman for me, He must have been in a beautiful mood to show the world what a woman could be. When He created a woman like you, He made the sun shine right out of your eyes. He made the moon on your hair. How this fun? He put a soft summer breeze in your side, so you could breathe summer into the air. Everybody! Oh me, oh my, you make me such a good. And people stop and people stare. You know that fills my heart with pride. You watch their eyes, they're so surprised. Think they've fallen out of heaven. And if you listen to what they're talking about is walking about with an angel at his side. Up there in heaven, I bet they are mad. I bet somebody wanna know why. The most incredible angel they have has found me quite unable to fly. Oh, you know what they've forgotten to do. Up there, all those heavenly things, yeah. Create an angel as lovely as you. Are you ready? Ooh, but they forgot to better with wings. Here we go. Oh me, oh my, you make me science such a good. Hey! And people stop and people stare. You know that fills my heart with pride. You watch their eyes, they're so surprised. They keep falling out of heaven. And if you listen to what they're talking about is walking about with an angel at his side. Thank you very much. Ooh. Oh, good looking woman. Oh, yeah.
Oh my God. Did I just see and hear what I thought I saw and heard? Was that one of those hologram things? Surely that can't have been real, can it?
That was real. And you did see what you think you saw. That's what I've been trying to tell you. It's mad, it's amazing, it's completely weird. I know. And I'm afraid if they find out, they have the guys with the white coats come and take me away.
I wouldn't be surprised if they did.
Okay, Trudy, just look through the telescope and tell me what you see.
Okay, let me look. Nothing. Come in, Nelson Mandela. Come in, Jack the Ripper. Come in, the Beatles. Absolutely nothing. Well, not exactly nothing. I can see Mrs. Enright hanging out a line of washing. And there's a guy playing a screechy saxophone outside Super Value. And there's Jack Tate sitting in the square, hoping someone will do something exciting like rob the Bank of Ireland. And there's Tony McLaughlin going around as usual, scraping chewing gum off the pavement. And there's a line of cars going down the main street, and everybody in Birr is going about their boring lives.
Okay, now let me look through the telescope, and I'll tell you what I see. I see these people walking around the streets, dressed in old-fashioned clothes. And there aren't any cars, just horses and carts. And on the corner of Main Street, there's a woman with an old pram selling flowers. And there's a small boy running a hoop across the square. And there's some soldiers marching down the street, dressed in red tunics. And there's a prisoner being held by a policeman. Now, look again through the lens.
Oh my God! It's like 100 years ago. There's Mum with an old shopping basket. And there's the gang from school, dressed like scarecrows with no shoes on, kicking what looks like a rag ball in the square. How can this be? It's like something from an old history book. Is this some sort of computerized video trick? And look, right up Singfield, the building with the high walls and dark windows. Are they little children? Those tattered little scarecrows. Surely they can't be real. Building. It's the old workhouse in Singfield. Our history teacher, Miss Marigold, often told us about it. It was known as the Gurham.
I know, that's the workhouse, and there's supposed to be a children's graveyard there, but there aren't any headstones, so the names aren't even remembered. Miss Marigold told us about it as well. She said about 30 years ago, a woman called Violet Doolin did something to try and remember those poor little souls. I think she had a cross put up there. She lived in Castle Street in an old shop. You know, the boarded up one that says Doolin over the door. I suppose because she was a town librarian and she knew about these things.
Well, at least there's something to remember that they even existed. It sounds like a really sad story.
Not for long more, I'm afraid. They're going to bulldoze it away and cover those little kids with concrete and tarmac.
Who are?
Okay, just watch and you'll see more. Come in, Jimmy McSly, the developer group. I give you Mr. Jimmy McSly, Birr's #1 shaker and mover. His sidekick and chief fixer, Mr. Yes Boss McHugh. Their friend and associate counsellor, Oliver Free Perks. And the main man in all their lives, Mr. Bank Manager, Moneybags McCash. Take it away, boys.
If we don't settle down, we'll get no. Put manners on this crowd, yes, boss.
Yes, boss. You're absolutely correct and right, boss. Yes, boss. That's listen up. The boss has some very important things to tell us. Isn't that right, boss? Isn't that right, boss?
This is no way to conduct a meeting. I'm very fond of proper procedure, don't you know? Especially when there's money involved. I'm a bank manager, you know? And we always like to have proper procedure in the bank. There should be an agenda. Agenda?
I know.
There'll be no agenda. There'll be no written records. You bloody fool. Now, we all know the plan.
Oh, we don't.
I have the plans here. For the development.
The development.
And what does our politician think of it all? It's lovely to hear the voice of democracy. Isn't that right, boys?
There's nothing like it.
As your local public representative, I'd just like to say they're very nice plans, Mr. Maxley. Very nice plans they are too indeed. Decently done, I'd say. Yes. Decently done.
And more importantly, and from a bank managing perspective, cheaply done. Value. We always have to have value in any business arrangement. That's what sustains every deal.
Yes, boss. That's what we want. A grand little profit. Yes, boss.
Yes, boss. Nothing less. Yes, boss. A grand dividend, as we call it in financial terminology.
Dividend.
33 nice apartments. Oh, and some sheltered housing for the elderly. Oh, it'll be a pure delight. A pure delight altogether. And of course, the German supermarket. Planks down in the middle of it.
The Germans, you can't play the Germans. We're being
But sure, listen now, lads, how about the planning permission? Like, sure, that kind of thing mightn't be simple, you know, it mightn't be simple. Sure, there's the whole building and all down history. Sure, there'll have to be a change of designation. I say.
Of course we know, Councillor Perks. But sure, won't you be working your charm and magic? Now, the first thing we'll do is we'll call a public meeting to get everyone behind the project. We'll tell them it's all for the good of the town. Now, we'll have to tell them that we're going to preserve that old workhouse building as a kind of a historical monument. We'll put a nice little coffee parlour, tasteful like down in the corner. And we'll have shrubs and trees. Oh, and a grand big open area.
We have to come under budget, Mr. McSlyer. Or my superiors.
They love all them old open areas. Not like a few shrubs and a few trees. Like to keep the do-gooders under a bit of pressure.
And then we'll get the ball rolling and the plan up in the air. When we have the plan up in the air, we'll flip the whole site to the German supermarket crowd and bingo, double our money without laying a block. Oh, it'll be a pure delight without laying a block. I have the German supermarket crowd on site already on the QT.
People have to be costed carefully, I say. Yeah, but sure, lads, with the whole building there, sure, there'll be no room to build anything at all. What we need, lads, is a green field site.
Oh, boys. You poor Egypts. Sure, after the fire, won't it have to be knocked down? And the grass will grow. No problem at all.
But sure, what fire?
Oh, I'd say there could be a fire there any day. I'd say there could be an accident just waiting to happen the way them young people is carrying on. The way they're drinking and drugging in places they shouldn't be at all. I'd say it could be burnt down. Accidental. Tragically, lad.
Boss, you're an absolute genius. You're an absolute god. You believe anything, so no one.
But now listen, the problem isn't simple now, don't you know? There's a small item of a children's graveyard at the back of the building now, so there is. And there's also the whole history teacher one. She wants to build some sort of a monument or a museum or something to the famine and all the whole stuff.
Perks is right.
I tell you, that's how I found
Get tricky enough when these do-gooders and concerned citizens get involved.
Now listen here, Parks. I want to hear no more of your guff about children's graveyards. They're long forgotten now. Jesus Christ! Are you going to let a few snotty-nosed little orphans that's dead 150 years ago stop progress?
You listen here now, Perks. It is us put you where you are today, and it is us that will take you out of it if you don't do the deal for us. That right, boss? How would you like to be out in your arse?
Steady on. We must be very careful here. There'd be a right to do if the guards got wind of this. Procedures. The bank's money is not to be trifled with.
The bank's money, my ass. I know that Mr. McSly has put too much into this, in buying the place and setting up the plans and fixing it here and fixing it there. And with them that matters. There'll be no guards. No guards at all.
We've too much to lose.
To lose.
Get on with it, Joe.
Get on.
Do your job.
Do your job.
Well, I suppose I could be delivering a few of them brown envelopes you were talking about earlier, I suppose. If I had these to get the wheels in motion.
Here you are.
Good man. For building investments and planning permission for concrete that's setting as fast as you'll pour. For real estate agents and living in cages, for handing the punter the key to his door. The country is thriving, the minister's driving around in his new shiny Mercedes-Benz. And the bankers on Main Street are bursting to compete to give foolish punters as much as they'll lend.
For calling the planners and helping the scammers, for building our house on the side of the slope. There's none can outmatch it, there's none can outmatch it, there's none that can better the brown and below.
Solicitors, auctioneers, real estate agents are licking their lips as they pocket the door. With bogus integrity, slippy sincerity, greedily watching their bank accounts grow. There's land banks and think tanks and planning authorities, shakers and movers and entrepreneurs. There's rebates and incentives and levies and reviews. And if you're offshore, sure there's credit transfers.
For calling the planners and helping the scammers, for building our house on the side of the slope. There's none can outmatch it, there's none can outpatch it, there's none that can better the brown and below. And if there's a problem, we'll have a tribunal, we'll call everyone to a great legal show. With wigs and with gowns and with courtroom advisors, we'll try to make sure that the public don't know. And all of our bills sure will pay with your taxes, and all of our buddies will keep their mouths shut. And it won't be too long till it's all been forgotten, and soon there'll be shiny new ribbons to cut. For calling the planners and helping the scammers, for building your house on the side of the slope. There's none can outmatch us, there's none can outmatch us, there's none that can better the brown envelope. We'll alter the density, build with intensity, borrow and tunnel and put them We'll make shoebox apartments that's too small to fart in, and make sure that everyone owes to the hill. Then for 55 years you'll pay back your mortgage, and when you're 100 and finish your trip, you'll be certified dead and brought out in a coffin, and somebody else will pay dear for their kid. For conning the planners and helping the scammers, for building your house on the side of a slope. There's none can outmatches, there's none can outmatches, there's none that can better the brown envelope. For when there's an order for site preservation or an awkward objector with something to say,
there's always a match and a small can of petrol, or a JCB bucket to take it away.
we've no time for anyone holding up progress or checking their plans with a fine microscope. For there's only one way for to beat regulation, your trusty companion, the brown envelope. For conning the planners and helping the scammers, for building your house on the side of a slope. There's none can outmatches, there's none can outtaches, there's none that can better the brown envelope.
Now you see what's going on.
They're just crooks who only care about themselves. We must warn the people.
Well, how? Apart from a few eccentric cranks like Miss Marigold and a local history group, no one else will even care.
Well, first, we'll spread the word. I'll round up the gang and tell everyone in town. You keep looking through that telescope. You'll never know what you might see. Hey, Maria! 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 There's an important meeting in Emma's tomorrow evening after school. Remember, Shiners, 4:30. Tell everyone and spread the word. About what? It's too explosive to tell you. Just trust me. Grab your phone and spread the word.
Oh God, this sounds so exciting. Hey everyone,
Come here! Come here! Come on! Come here! Mr. Maxwell is going to burn down the workhouse. We've got to tell Miss Marigold. We have to tell Miss Marigold.
Joey, this is the last time. Get yourself down here fast. Your dinner is poured out.
Yes, Dad!
Facebook, we're ripping it up on Facebook. We're tweeting and we're texting and we're spreading the word. What's happening every time we need an Instagram word? We used to take some time to talk with this and that, and now we got it in an instant on Snapchat.
used to be a time when newspapers were king. Now they're such a dusty and old-fashioned thing. Everybody wants tomorrow's news today, just as soon as yesterday's story's gone away.
Facebook, we're ripping it up on Facebook. We're tweeting and we're texting and we're spreading the word. What's happening every time we need an Instagram word? We used to take some time to talk with this and that, and now we got it in an instant on Snapchat.
Spread the word, put it on the net, even if it has not happened yet. News can happen faster than a lightning strike, and everyone who sees it just goes like.
Facebook, we're ripping it up on Facebook. We're tweeting and we're texting and we're spreading the word. What's happening every time we need an Instagram word? We used to take some time to talk with this and that, and now we got it in an instant on Snapchat.
Who's the winner, who's the loser, who's the best celeb? Who's the biggest hero on the World Wide Web? What's the latest diet? What's the latest trend? How many do you follow? Who's your latest friend?
Facebook, we're ripping it up on Facebook. We're tweeting and we're texting and we're spreading the word. What's happening every time we need an Instagram word? We used to take some time to talk with this and that, and now we got it in an instant on Snapchat.
Daddy's watching TV, Mama's doing Skype. Everyone's all busy with their techno hype. Johnny's in the basement, Katie's in the hall. Everyone's all caught, there's some time to talk it all.
Facebook, we're ripping it up on Facebook. We're tweeting and we're texting and we're spreading the word. What's happening every time we need an Instagram word? We used to take some time to talk with this and that, and now we got it in an instant on Snapchat.
And listen up good. You know those signs all around town about the new development in the Girl?
Yeah.
My dad says it's a great idea. It's going to be very
very good for the town.
Yeah, well, my dad says anything that Jimmy McSlide and his crooked sidekick Yes-Boss have involved with can't be good for anyone but themselves.
What's so important about farm and
Well, Miss Marigold told us in history class that it's one of the most important buildings in this town. She said that years ago, during the famine, people came from miles around because this was the only place where they could get food. She said that it hasn't changed a bit in all these years and it should be kept as a museum. And she said that there's an unmarked graveyard at the back where all the children who died are buried.
Exactly. That's not what's going to happen. Ouch. I know the real story and it's not going to be preserved at all. What do you mean? What do you mean like that? You see, the real plan is that it's going to be bulldozed. And a single market built in its place. Are you serious?
Miss Marigold told us that's a really historic building. And that's on the special list of buildings that must be preserved.
Well, of course accidents happen. And somehow you bet there'll be this mysterious fire. And then the building will be slightly ruined. And it would have to be bulldozed. Can't you see?
Oh my God! What about all the small little children? Should I be forgotten about forever?
But how do you know? Well, Trudy told me and Joey told her and he's got his sources. He says he's 100% right. He's asked us to help him do something about it.
Oh my God, that's just typical McSlide. He is such a creep. He'll just step in and bingo. He has everyone fooled. He's done it before and he'll do it again. We have to stop him and his crooked cronies.
I mean, you're right. We've got to stop them. We have to get the word out to everyone in town. First, we'll tell Miss Marigold. She's retired now, but surely she'll know what to do.
For years, she's been trying to get the council to preserve the building.
But nobody would listen to her.
Maybe now this will wake them all up. We've got to tell her, and quick! She'll go mad when she hears us.
I actually seen her there, going up there this morning for a local history book. They all look like history books.
Did they? Guys, she must be showing them around. Come on, quick! We'll run through the camp-corn hard and up by the river.
There's going to be trouble for someone.
Here we have one of the most unique and well-preserved workhouse buildings in Ireland. As you can see, it is built from finely cut limestone. Each one of these stones was chiseled by hand. It was opened in 1842, and the site for the building cost £40, and the building itself cost £6,000 to construct. It was built to hold 800 men, women and children, but eventually over 3,000 poor souls sought refuge here.
But why did they come here?
They came because they were starving, because the potatoes they depended on for food had rotted. There was a great famine. Ireland was divided into poor law unions, and each union or area had a workhouse built to cater for the poor. To get in here, you had to have absolutely nothing.
But what do you mean, nothing?
I mean nothing full stop. Unless you could prove you had lost absolutely everything, you would be turned away. The whole family came in together, and then they were divided into men, women, and children's sections.
You mean families were broken up?
Haven't you heard of Donald Trump? Yeah. He did something similar on the Mexican border. Exactly. On the first night they arrived, they were deloused. Then the men were put into men's sections, and the women were all put into an area together.
Is that because they were Catholic?
Oh, that's wrong. Over here you can see the platforms where the poor people slept on straw. There was no running water, very little heat, and the smell must have been terrible.
The children, weren't they treated differently?
All the children over the age of 3 were separated from their mothers and put into an area together. They were not allowed to mix or meet again.
Sounds awful. Sounds like a World War II concentration camp. Why was it such a cruel place?
Because the ruling British government felt that the only way of making sure the system wasn't taken advantage of was to make it an extremely terrible place to be. The poor were seen as naturally lazy and not to be encouraged by simple charity. Now we walk towards the kitchen area.
Oh my God, this is such a creepy place.
Here food was prepared for distribution to the inmates. It consisted of thin soup, oatmeal porridge, bread, and treacle. Rations were small, and there were many complaints of people starving while living in the workhouse. Now, over here...
Hey guys, this looks so cool. Can we get a pic over here? Oh, yeah, that's a great idea.
Lovely.
Ready?
Lovely. Cheese! Lovely. Now, over here, over here. You've heard while hanging around the street, I am not interested. As you can see, I am giving these interested people a brief outline of the workings of this historic building. Now, please desist from your noisy interruptions and find something productive to do with your lives.
No, you don't understand. It's exactly about this historic building that we're here to talk to you.
If you are referring to the plans that are rumoured, then I am absolutely delighted that Mr. McSly and some developers are planning to restore it into a museum and paleontological centre.
Well, at least that sounds like a positive thing to do. I really love museums.
That's what they want us to believe. But we just heard it's going to be secretly destroyed and the whole site used for development.
It can't be! That would be an outrage! You must be mistaken! How can this be?
Because we heard from good authority that Jimmy McSly and his cronies are going to burn to the ground by accident. Then after they claim the insurance money, they're going to say it's unsafe and can't be considered. Then turn the whole place into a site for commercial development.
That would be an outrage! We must do everything in our power to stop it!
Campaign!
Can we come too? This is awesome!
We must campaign! We must campaign! Grab your posters and your placards and campaign! We must march out on the street! We must not accept defeat! We must raise our voice to heaven and campaign! There are many who would like to be shy. They would rather we believe their crooked lies. But we'll always seek the truth and we'll give to seek the boots. If we raise our voices skyward and complain.
To the barricades like soldiers we will go, and together we will feel our courage grow. From the strongest to the weak, from the loudest to the meek, we must strike a blow for freedom and campaign.
We must campaign. We must campaign. Grab your posters and your placards and campaign. We must march out on the street. We must not accept defeat. We must raise our voice to heaven and campaign. Who will speak for the people of the past? Who will make sure that their memories will last? Who will honor now with pride those poor gentle souls who died? Who remember now their hunger and their pain?
All the stones of this building can recall all the suffering that was hidden by these walls. And although they silent keep, if they spoke they'd surely weep more sad tears than the oceans could contain.
We must campaign. We must campaign. Grab your posters and your placards and campaign. We must march out on the street. We must not accept defeat. We must raise our voice to heaven and campaign.
So let's go to the meeting and speak out. And together we will lead them with no doubt. We will fight them till the end, and our spirits will not bend till our workhouse is safe. We must campaign!
We must campaign. We must campaign. Grab your posters and your placards and campaign. We must march out on the street. We must not accept defeat. We must raise our voice to heaven and campaign. We must campaign. We must campaign. Grab your posters and your placards and campaign. We must march out on the street. We must not accept defeat. We must raise our voice to heaven and campaign.
order. Reverend fathers, ladies and gentlemen, Minister for Arts and Culture, Mrs. Gambine Irish Katie O'Mahony, and members of other organisations with which Birr is blessed. As chairman of the Birr Chamber of Commerce, I am delighted to welcome you all here to Dooley's Hotel to tonight's very important public meeting. This is indeed a very important moment in our town. Now, as you have heard, I'm sure, there are great plans afoot to bring Birr to centre stage with a fine development in and around one of the oldest and most historic buildings in our town. Now, we are very lucky indeed to have a builder and developer of such renowned reputation and quality as Mr. Jimmy McSly and his associates to take on this great work. You will all, of course, recognise Mr. Yes Boss McHugh. Another very important member of the team. Also with us here tonight we have Councillor Perks from Duffy County Council. Thank you. And our local bank manager, Mr. Steely McCash. And now, without further ado, I'll invite Mr. McSly to address the meeting and to explain to you the project in more detail. Mr. McSly. I'm delighted to be with you all here this evening in Dooley's Hotel here tonight. I'm further delighted to welcome members of such local public bodies such as Birr 2020 and the Birr Chamber of Commerce here this evening. Your support is vital to the project. Now, I'm especially delighted to welcome TG and Minister for the Arts and Culture, Mrs. Gambine Kenny, Irish O'Mahony Muldooney to lend her heart and enthusiasm for the project. To lend your heart and enthusiasm for the project. Now, we're all here this evening for the one reason. We're all here for the betterment of the town of Birr. Now, as you can see, everything here is above board. But I would ask you all, I'd ask all of you and all of you to examine the plans before you leave. All right? No. Now, I wonder what Minister Gambine Irish Kelly and Matty Downey would like to say a few words. We are indeed honored and privileged to have a witness here tonight.
Reverend fathers, sisters, ladies and gentlemen, and young people of Birr, Gwiri Usla. It's great to be back here with you all tonight as Minister for the Arts and Culture. When such a great announcement has been made for the betterment of the town of Birr. Special place that Birr has in my heart. Sure, wasn't it the birthplace of St. Brendan? I'm sure Brian Waynehead. Wasn't it the site of the first All-Ireland? And isn't it the biggest telescope in the world? On telescope
Miss Mo, sit down.
Mrs. Burkett's a lovely place with all them gardens and things. It's a great place of culture altogether on whole poor, so it is. And my department on Rhine is here to uphold and strengthen that great tradition. And I want to assure you all that I myself, Mrs. Gompin Irish Kelly O'Mahony Muldowney, will do her utmost to try to channel every single euro that ain't euro. I look forward to the not too distant future when I'm back cutting the tape on a grand restored workhouse at Genealogical Centre. Praise, Mother galore, Mr. Maxley and his team!
Thank you very much indeed, Minister, for that. I wonder, Mr. McSly, would you like to respond to those comments? Thank you, Mrs. Gompin Irish Kelly O'Mahony, for those kind words. It's great to know that we have your support for the project. My colleagues and I are greatly appreciative of your support for the project. Now, I would ask you all to take some time to study the plans for the workhouse building. I'm sure you'll be pleasantly surprised. Sensitive and appropriate are words that I'd use to describe the fine plans that have been sculpted by our architects, Messrs. Spiral and McCavish. Tis great to have the support of such fine, upstanding citizens of Bourne. Now, particularly, one particular man I'd like to thank is Councillor Perks of the Progressive Solidarity Party, who's been a great supporter of the project since its inception. And I'd ask the chairman to call on Councillor Perks to say a few words. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you. I now give you Councillor Perks from the Progressive Solidarity Party.
Thanks very much though, Mr. Chairman, and thanks you too now, Mr. McSly, for your kind and generous words. But don't you know now, it's my duty as a citizen of Birr and as a member of Offaly County Council to look out for the town of Birr for the benefit of all now, don't you know? Now, I've no doubt that this great project that Mr. McSly hopes to undertake will fall into that category. So, now, if anyone has any questions they'd like to ask, we'd be only too happy to answer them now, so we would.
I'd like to know, would there be any new jobs, so I would?
Jobs, is it? After a project of this size should see at least 100 men in good robust employment for at least a couple of years. And then there's also the tourist potential of the workhouse into the future.
What do you mean, tourist potential?
Sure, is Mr. McSly here going to restore the fine building itself and turn it into an interpretation centre? That's right. And now, just before I go, I'd just like to remind you, the next time you're going to vote, that you might remember the fella who was helping to lead the way in the next the project.
And as you all know well, there'll be a spin-off to the rest of the local shops and businesses, as well as the hotels. Can you imagine a busload of foreigners coming in and they're starving for a bit of food? Or maybe even a plane load of them. Or where would they go? Honey, to Doole's Hotel or the County Arms Hotel, or up to the tax for a bit of a breakfast. Or after that, maybe even go to the Spinners or the Stable or that place around the water, what do you call a park? And live to that lovely place down the main street called Emma's. Don't they do lovely bananas? Them tourists, they love all that, so they do. They love eating them old bananas. Tell me this now, did you ever see a tin tourist? Did you ever see a tin tourist? Did you ever see it? Did you ever see it? Thank you very much, yes, I now would like to call on a local bank manager, Mr. The Cash, to give us a brief rundown on the economic potential of the project.
Thanks to the hard work and dedication of Minister Comby and Irish Katie O'Mahony O'Muldowney. I'm delighted to tell you that the benefits of membership of the European Union will be manifested in a generous grant from the Regional Fund for Development, or the RFFD for short. Now you can all see the benefits of remaining in the EU. Not like them poor misguided Brits with their Brexit. And as you all well know, money follows money. And the idea is to keep it circulating. Sure, doesn't the world travel around on the back of the economy? The shops will be booming and the streets will be jammed with people. They'll be buying souvenirs and knickknacks. And won't they see our fine clothes shops and our pubs? And sure won't they venture in to slake their thirst? Or try a bit of style.
It's time Birr stood up and was counted now. Sure, between Birr Castle and all that, will we meddle with all them tourists? I want to ask you, what are you wasting time for? Why don't you get started? We'll put Birr on the map once and for all.
There's one other thing I'd like to bring to your attention, and it is this. You all know well that Birr has a great tradition in hurling. That there's not too many towns in Ireland that can boast a member of the Millennium Team. That man referred to earlier as Mr. Brian Whalen. As a great supporter of our games, Mr. McFly has asked me to announce here this evening that he would like to sponsor the Birr hurling team for the next 5 years.
To Mr. McFly, we know the real story behind your so-called plans.
Who let this infernal woman in? She doesn't know what she's talking about.
Oh, do I not know what I'm talking about? You're trying to pull the wool over these people's eyes, but you won't succeed where I'm concerned. Myself and these young people are well aware of your crooked plans, and we aim to stop you!
This, how dare you try and stop progress? Do you hear what she said?
Are you going to stand in the way of progress? Are you now?
Sit down, you old man, keep your mouth shut.
Mr. McFly is for the good of the town.
Mr. McFly is for the good of himself. And his greedy redneck
This is no way to conduct a meeting. Miss Marigold, this is not a meeting, it's a riot. Now, I invite you to address the meeting and express your fears, but in a candor.
Come on, come on.
Order.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We all know the history of this historic building. During the terrible thousands of wretched poor souls came through its doors, starving, sick, and hungry because they had nowhere to go. Even then they were not safe from the scourge of famine. Men, women, and children perished from fever, cold, and disease. Children taken from their mothers, wives separated from their husbands, young women exported like cattle to Australia and America. If the walls of the workhouse could speak, they would tell of loneliness, despair, and terrible hardship. And you, Mr. McSly, want to turn this sacred space into a shopping center! Of over 5,000 poor souls lie resting in unmarked graves in the grounds of the workhouse.
But they won't be remembered.
Will ye not even respect their precious memories?
No, Miss Marigold, sure you mustn't have been listening at all. Sir, Mr. McSly wants to restore that fine workhouse and turn it into a monument to those poor wretches who were talking about a minute. Sure, you mustn't have been listening to the Midlands Radio 3 last week, or Joe Duffy's live, or you must have read the Midland Tribune last week, so it was all on it. So, Mr. McSly is going to put a garden of remembrance out the back of the building with a nice seeds and a few flowers and shrubs and all. Remember those four places. That's it.
I'm not wrong, and I have proof.
What proof? Go here with that.
I have proof that these men are crooks. And paid compensation, and worst of all, they tend to demolish it and sell it to an international retail chain. A shopping centre.
These are very serious allegations. We're going to need some proof here now.
My proof is right here in this room. I call on Joey Hackett to stand up. Now, Joey, tell me what you saw.
I saw...
Go on, don't let yourself be intimidated.
I saw these men in a room. I think it was in the County Arms Hotel. They were planning everything, just as Miss Marigold has told you. I heard every word.
Come on. What did you hear, Joey?
Well, I heard them plan to pretend they're going to develop a historical centre in the old workhouse. But really, they're going to burn it down and sell it on the site to other people.
Were you there, Joey?
No, sir.
Were you listening outside of a door?
No, sir.
Did you use some sort of secret recording device?
No, sir. No.
Then how the hell did you come up with such an amazing story?
Well, I saw it and I heard it with my telescope.
Joey, you have a telescope.
Yes, sir.
And it can see through walls and record things as well. Amazing.
He's on drugs. You're a man in the house. Lock him up.
Get him out of this place.
This is another miracle. This is not we're in.
You all see what's going on here. Trying to do down an honest man with your lies and gossip. Well, I won't stand for it.
Well, he's not telling the truth. I saw it too. He really can see strange things with his telescope. He can see the future and the past with his telescope. It is the truth.
I'm not going to sit here and listen to any more of this rubbish.
telescope me arse. I won't have my good name dragged through the streets of Birr by a brat and his delinquent friends. And you should be ashamed of yourself. And you, a school teacher, a moon toad, an outrage of the worst order.
Now you see what you've done. Mr. McSlay is insulted.
Are you happy now? What's going to happen now?
You're right.
This could be the end of the great project for
Ye think a few ill-reared brats can stop us. We have another king coming.
Go home and learn some manners.
Yeah.
Don't come back.
The small Midland town of Birr has been thrown into controversy and confusion over plans to develop the local workhouse site. The crux of the matter appears to be allegations which originate with a local teenage boy who claims that he can communicate with people from the past by means of a telescope. He says that this power has enabled him to have communications with spirits of famine victims who lived in the workhouse, many of whom are interred in a poorly defined burial area nearby. He says that the spirits or souls of these children are deeply troubled and very unhappy at plans to develop the building. So far, it's been extremely difficult to get a comment on the record from the main players in this controversy. However, from speaking to the local ordinary people of the Birr town, it is clear that the town is divided in its support for the project. You, sir, would you care to comment on the recent developments regarding the workhouse?
No comment, nothing to say.
It's all got to do with the young people being on drugs. 'Tis an absolute disgrace. They should be ashamed of themselves. My mother's at home watching on the telly. Can I wave to her? Hello, Mommy! All damn developers should be locked up. They're ruining the country for. They're going to do it again!
One local figure who has no hesitation in making her views known is none other than retired schoolteacher and highly respected historian Miss Regina Marigold.
That boy is telling the truth. Those children are the ones that died and are buried in that sacred space, and they would have their memories bulldozed away. Shame on them, shame on them.
So it's true that there are people buried there?
Of course there are. Men, women and children, maybe up to 5,000 poor souls. They never got justice in life and they'll never get justice in death either. No one ever honoured them. No one ever said a single prayer for them. No priest, no politician, no layperson or any party. No one ever honoured them but one person. No one ever remembered them but her, and now she's dead.
Who are you talking about? Can you name this person?
That woman is Violet Doolan, the local librarian in Birr. She had a simple cross erected to them in the 1970s. That was their only acknowledgement. We must campaign against this outrage. We simply won't stand for it. We must campaign. We must campaign. Grab your posters and your placards and campaign. We must march out on the streets. We must not accept defeat. We must raise our
It's important to stress that Mr. McSly and his associates strenuously deny any allegations of malpractice. I would like to point out that I tried to get a comment from Minister Kayla, but it appears that she left by a back door and is now returning at speed to Dublin for a meeting. This is Kieran McElhooley reporting from Emmett Square, Birr for RTE 6-1.
Oh, we're in a right mess now. We're the talk of the parish. You and that bloody telescope.
I saw those poor children standing beside the high walls. They were cold and hungry and covered in rags. They were singing. They were singing because they were sad.
Oh, Joey, you're making a fool of yourself. They're all laughing at you. Please, be sensible.
Sensible, my arse. You're making a show of us in front of the whole town, and now it's all over the whole country because the bloody television reporter was shamed entirely.
Oh, ashamed again in front of the whole town. What are you raving about? Why are you going around spreading lies about respectable people, Joey?
They're not lies. It's the truth.
It is the truth. I
saw it too.
And now you have that poor girl brainwashed as well. The truth might have. It's the raving imaginings of a lunatic. A telescope that can look into the past, that can see through walls and hear what people are saying. It's madness, I'm telling you, madness.
McSly's a crook. He only wants that workhouse so he can destroy it. Built an horrible development on the site.
McSly pulls out of this, we'll all be ruined. Because we'll be blamed for putting a spanner in the works, and where will we be then?
We'll all be better off if he does.
You just won't believe me, will you? I saw those poor famine children pleading for somebody to help them. If nobody helps them, McSly's crimes will flatten that building and bulldoze their graves.
Oh, Joey, please! Why are you doing this? Oh.
Let's start again. It was a joke. You made it up like an April fool. And it worked, Joey. You caused a bit of a ruckus and it's over now. And you wanted to stop, Joey, don't you?
No, Mother. It wasn't a joke. And I don't want it to stop. I know I'm right. And I'm going to keep saying it until someone listens to me.
And so will I.
Are you now? Well, we'll soon see who the joke is in. Because I'm going to take that bloody telescope and throw it over the Crohan Bridge and then we'll see.
You wouldn't dare.
Oh, wouldn't I? Just you.
Oh, stop! For God's sake, stop!
Please, just calm down. Now, let's all go to bed and try to sleep. Trudy, love, go home and we'll talk again tomorrow.
Tomorrow? There'll be no tomorrow. You've had your last chance. You've made your bed. That telescope has to go home. Gee, I think I'm having a heart attack. Where's my tablets?
Would you come out and look for them, for God's sake?
Oh, jeez.
This is some mess.
I know what we will do. We'll speak to those poor ragged children. They'll know what to do.
Speak to them? But how? I only saw them from the past. Ghosts don't speak. Maybe I'll never see them again. Maybe it was just a passing dream.
All the things that you imagine are real if you believe them. They're there because you see them, even in your mind. And if the place that they exist in has sunlight or has sorrow,
help. I will not give up on them. First thing I'm doing is hiding my telescope tonight. They only need me to be real, and then I'll know the way they feel. I only need to find a way to say the things they want to say. They only need me to be real, and then I'll know the way they feel. I only need to find a way to say the things they want to say.
There's no way I can do that.
How do they know all planets?
That was the close one, I admit. Which one of you was mouthing off? That's what I want to know. That's your one word never got anyone anywhere.
Sure, Jesus, Max Fly, he was spying on us with a telescope. Can you believe it? A bloody telescope! A bloody telescope that can hear!
I think it's on whole modern technology.
This will be a terrible scandal altogether. And how about my political career? Sure, and your own entirely so will.
It must be some class of listening device as well. They can prove nothing. All we need to do is deny. Keep our tracks covered.
Oh, well covered, I think.
Once we get the project up and running, there'll be no stopping us.
Oh, but the banks wouldn't like to be associated with something like this. Oh, if it was found out now, we'd be very embarrassed now.
And how about my reputation as a public servant? So I may be ruined entirely. We're not together.
Look, lads, all we have to do is steady ourselves up a little bit here. As I see it, the only problem is that little yuck of a boy and that telescope. He claims he can see and hear things with that telescope. But doesn't his mother and father think he's daft? And the rest of the town thinks he's a bit of a fool.
Oh, Jesus, I can smell the fraud spot already.
And what about me seat on the council?
Yes, boss is right. And as for embarrassing the bank, or Councillor Parks' reputation, it is quite simple. You couldn't embarrass a bank. Parks didn't have much of a reputation to begin with. I say we hold our nerve and brazen it out. Just act. Now, leave the geek with the telescope to me. The rest we go. Yes, boss and me will be having a bit of a private chat.
Yes, boss. Leave that to me. Leave that to me. Now what will happen? What will I do now? I can't go back now. Where are my voices from the past when I really need them?
Well, Joey boy, having second thoughts, are we?
Please, be sensible, Joey. Not quite the brave hero, are we? Speak up, Joey. Don't be intimidated. I believe you, Joey.
You've made your bed.
Nobody likes trouble. Nobody likes a bully. He's nuts. He's on drugs.
But sometimes there's no other way.
You have to stand up and be counted for.
And never give up.
And never give up. And never give up. And never give up. And never give up.
Well, who have we here? If it isn't our very own stargazer, huh? Well, joy me by. Did you see any of them old Martian lads lately? Or better still, did you see any of them snivelling little orphans? Were they telling you all about the hard times they had? They and their little old flat bellies on them.
You leave me alone. You're not right to talk to me like that. If you don't go away, I'll call the guards.
Call the guards, will you now? Call the guards! You'll call no one, me boy. You'll do what you're told. Or to seeing stars you will be without the help of that telescope. Now, you will listen to me.
Let me go!
You listen to me and you listen good. I let you go in good time, but you listen to me. The boss doesn't like not getting his own way, and you and that telescope are causing him trouble with all them lies and made up rumours.
They're not lies. I know what you're going to do. You plan to trick everyone and burn down the old workhouse.
Stop your blathering and listen up, and no more your slander, because you're going to be handing over that telescope now, so you are.
You can't. It's mine. It belongs to me. You can't.
Oh, he's the man from Moneygall says, yes we can, yes we can.
Please don't touch my telescope. It means the world to me. Please, please don't take it.
Oh, please, please, please. Now that's what I like to hear. A nice little polite boy who's going to do what he's told. Now this is the deal. This time, you're going to be holding on to that telescope for a little while. But this time, things are going to be different. You'll see things in a different light. You'll see Mr. McSly restoring that old workhouse to a wonderful place for culture and historical research. And you won't see any snotty-nosed little orphans. And you'll tell everybody how you made all that stuff up. And you're very sorry now, and it'll never happen again, or else, the next time we meet, there'll be a telescope sticking out of the side of your head, just about there. Very handy for looking through.
Okay, just let me go.
Oh, but I'm not finished with you yet. what about that little nitwit of a girlfriend of yours? Maybe she'd have some class of an accident or something. Do you hear me?
Leave her out of it. She's nothing to do with anything. Please don't harm her.
Oh, joy me, boy. I think I'll be letting you go now. Oh, but before I go, you'll be needing another look at this.
No!
Yes, boss. Job done. Job done.
Shines down on her fragile peaks, and tucked up in their beds that people sleep. The clocks on every mantle mark the time that's passing, and some are dreaming dreams they will forget. Others will wake up and feel regret, and no one counts the minutes of the time that's passing. In Connor Street, the street landscapes declare, a lonely pillar watches in the square. A paperback rolls down O'Connell Street, like the time that's passing. And in the playground, workhouse children play. Their tiny hopes at last can have their day. And all the breeze their voices serenade. The time that's passing, but dawn will come and night will fade. Their voices will be still. They own the night, but not the day. The hours they knew are filled forever. Now the town awakes to meet the sun, and busyness is there for everyone. And this is how we give away our lives to the time that's passing.
It appears the controversy over proposals to develop the local workhouse site have finally come to an end, and the project is to go ahead as originally planned. Local objections to the project have fizzled out, and the work is to begin in the immediate future. The plan to develop the now almost derelict building into a family museum and genealogical centre almost came to nothing because of allegations of corruption and criminal intent on behalf of the project's developers, Mr. McSly and his associates. Happily, the crisis has passed, and Birr will soon see its multi-million euro project up and running. It is rumoured that the young man at the centre of the allegations has expressed his regret that his actions have caused so much upset in the town. So far, we've failed to get any comment from the local citizens. We did, however, manage to speak to Mr. McSly's agent and assistant, Mr. Yes Boss McHugh.
Vindicated! Vindicated, I say!
So, Mr. McSly is happy to see his project at last get the green light, so to speak.
Oh, the green light. And he's anxious now to get the project up and running as soon as possible. Nobody will ever know the work that the boss has put into this. It is beyond belief that anybody could accuse him of such dishonesty. All I have to say to those people is that they're misguided, led astray. Misguided, actually.
Indeed, Mr. McHugh. We've all heard your views on this before. However, everyone is quite puzzled as to why the project's critics have been silenced so suddenly and so comprehensively.
Well, that was a mystery, all right, I suppose. But I suppose that they saw the light, so to speak. Came clean. I'd say that's what happened. Yes, right. Yeah.
But you're all very happy now to see the project go ahead at last.
Oh, delighted. Sure, isn't it better for the betterment of the town of Birr? That's all the boss ever wanted. And he's asked me to emphasise that he bears no ill will whatsoever to those people who caused this trouble. He wants to make sure that everybody understands what actually happened. Vindicated!
Thank you, Mr. McHugh. No doubt we will follow the progress of the Birr Workhouse Development Project with interest in the coming days. This is Kieran McElhooley, handing you back to studio.
That's a great change altogether. Up in his room the whole time, studying away, and not a word about telescopes or seeing things. He's a bit quiet in himself, but sure, that's all right. For a while there, I thought we'd have to call in the doctor, but he seems to have settled down grand now again.
Oh, that'll be the stern talking I get to. Oh, that's the trouble nowadays. Parents aren't firm enough with the kids. All that I'll talk about rights and relationships. Good kick in the arse never did anyone any harm. He was a great encourager in my day.
In your day? In your day! Your day is gone, and fair weather to it. Young people nowadays are different. They have a more serious view on the world. Joey was just working things through, and he's come to his own conclusions. He got a bit carried away, but he's grand now again. He's matured now. That's the word. He's matured.
He's on his way down.
Well,
Joey, me lad, you're becoming a great man for the studies now. Fair play to you.
am I now?
Joey, I think what your father is trying to say is that we're glad all that nonsense about imagining seeing things through your telescope has ended now, and you're the better for it.
Nonsense, is it?
You know what I mean, Joey.
Well, not exactly now.
Oh, Joey, couldn't be right at all. You making up wild stories about dead children and respectable people like Mr. McSly in the workhouse. That couldn't have been right at all.
But we're glad it's ended now. That's it, Joey.
Oh, indeed, it's all over now. The work is going to start real soon and the whole town's delighted. In fact, I was talking to Councillor McLaughlin earlier on and he's over the moon. He says that it's going to put Birr on the map.
Well, just imagine that. Birr on a map at last. I'm all excited now.
Lord bless us, Joey.
I'm going to Supermax to meet the gang. Do you want to come?
Of course he does, Trudy. Come near to me. He hasn't been out in days, and he needs an old break. Don't you, Joey?
Well, Joey.
Well, Joey.
Well, Joey.
Well.
As chairman of Birr 2020, it is my great pleasure to be here today on the auspicious occasion of the turning of the first sod here in the Birr workhouse. Now, this indeed has been a very long road to get to this point with it. Many twists and turns along the way, but I am glad to say that today we've reached the first milestone in the development of Birr workhouse as a genealogical and cultural centre. The project itself has not been without its own controversies, as you know. But look, if things were always that easy, sure, we'd have no worthwhile challenges to overcome now, would we? Anyway, without further ado, I will call on Minister Gambine Irish Taylor Manimo Downey. To set proceedings in motion, my Minister. Thank you.
Agreedy Ushla. It's great to be back in my old stamping ground of West Dublin on this auspicious occasion on O'Coid Moor Shop. Full credit must go to all those involved in the planning of the project, not least to the architects, Mrs. Spire and McCavity, for their sensitive design and imaginative use of space. Today is the day in New on Law. We embark on a project to develop our workhouse as an amenity for the town. As you know that although there will be some commercial development on the site, the builder, Mr. McSly, has generously proposed to install a heritage and genealogical centre. In 1842, a similar ceremony must have taken place, when the first sod was turned on an open space in Sinkfield Park. Those were not happy times for the people of Birr, but I'm glad to say that those times have passed us now. Over the many years, of its existence, Birr workhouse has been the site of a shoe factory, a brass goods factory, and a factory for making guns. Now we embark on a new era with the inauguration of this wonderful project to restore Birr workhouse for future generations. And now I unveil the project by formally turning the sod. Abisinish I Ling. Let the project begin!
When the night fell on the countryside, and when the night fell on the countryside, and when the night fell on the countryside, then the people all lay down and died. My father walked into Parsons Town, and my mother followed afterwards, for tiny children in their small feet bare to the
for to seek some care. Oh, the landlord passed us on the road, riding high on his stallion gray, and turned his face away from us, and the light gleamed from his shining horse. In the shadow of Lord Cumberland, and up to St. Field through Newport Street, to plead our case at the workhouse gates, for to worry all about our fate. Have you wakers, the watchman asked, for only paupers can come in here. Too many come here pretending need, too many hungry mouths to feed. And when the night fell on the countryside, and when the night fell on the countryside, and when the night fell on the countryside, then the people all lay down and died. My father spoke the truth for us, that we were starving for want of food. The blight and fever had made us lean. Our only food was the nettle green. Then the master, he divided us. We could no longer remain as one. Through different doors we went our separate ways. My loving parents disconsolate. In 47 my mother died. The fever leveled my father dear. And when the winter of 48 came round, my little family were in the ground. There's where my blood and my bones are laid, with not a stone now to mark our souls, with no one left to remember them. The small birds singing for their requiem. And when the night fell on the countryside, and when the night fell on the countryside, and when the night fell on the countryside, then the people all lay down and died.
Bring forward the prisoners! Prisoners! You have been accused of corruption and underhand dealing, of dishonesty and greed, and of blaspheming the memory of the dead, just to make yourselves rich. How do you plead? 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 How do you plead?
Guilty! Guilty! I can't take it anymore! I'll tell you everything! I'll sing like a canary! I'll tell you the complete plan! Next night, intends to burn down the workhouse and bulldoze the graves! Him and that mad, psychotic yes boss! He threatened to kill that young lad and his girlfriend if he said anymore! Perks! Oh, perks! He swung the planning permission with brown envelopes! And I was handling the money! Everything that young lad with the telescope said is true!
He never said a word of the like. We were all in this together.
What will we do with them?
Send them to Canadian blood!
Lock them up in Tullamore jail for 20 years!
Find them like Shakespeare!
Burn their bodies in quick love.
Hang them!
That's what was done to you poor wretches. We're different now. There's been too much suffering. Let them pay by their shame and their humiliation. Now everybody knows the truth they tried to hide for their own greed. Let them go to their humiliation.
Away! Away!
We'll be back! And you two go softly, back into the quiet pasture you belong. Rest easy there. Your pain and suffering is over. You'll never know cold or hunger again. You've done your job well, and we'll preserve this workhouse in your memory. Let this time of pain be over now!